Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is LB, Rada Del Boss, aka Shuttleworth the God, the GOAT artist, Soul Wars creator, RainGangRadio.com in the building.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxer in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day, twice on Sundays. Let me bring that back. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
that's what it is, yo. And as always, man, I know it's Sunday, so I know you're taking a little break from fighting crime, as always, because Sundays are for worship and for
Sunday,
rest.
yes, Sundays is for the Lord's is the Lord's Day and uppercut days too.
Hey, that's what it is. You know what I mean? So as always, man, we do salute you for your service, keeping our cities, our cities safe, from all types of ill shit out there, especially in your neck of the woods, man. We definitely salute you for your service, man. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Destination Ring Gang Radio. Let's go.
That's what it is, man. Conscious Pilot is always elevating above the masses, man. He stay in the clouds, man. Can you dig it? You know what I mean? So yeah, we got a little show tonight. We'll definitely give our opinions on Showtime summer lineup, which has some interesting fights. But before we get into that, we want to definitely review a movie that came out recently. If you've ever heard our movie reviews, we're all big fans, of action flicks or martial art flicks, anything, or pretty much anything with a lot of violence in it. For the most part.
Anything with gratuitous violence, just for the sake of gratuitous violence.
Exactly,
Whether it's a live action or anime.
Or anime, yeah, exactly. Especially the anime. So we're talking about Nobody, which was a movie that's basically a man who's, he got his home invaded, and he helps certain people, that are getting harassed, and he becomes a target of a Russian drug lord. Very random. It was a very random movie too, because I know it's one of those movies that came up before it was pushed back because of COVID. It was supposed to be in the theaters, or it was supposed to be video on demand. It was one of those movies that I guess they couldn't decide until they finally like, you know what, we're gonna put this in the movies.
Yeah, it's been advertised for a while, because I remember seeing it like on, I think, Instagram, and I sent it to Pat like, yo, when this come out, like, get this, like, it should look like it's gonna be on point.
Yeah, in the trailer too.
It was.
Yeah, especially from someone who I don't necessarily think is. I know he's on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I mean, I don't watch those. I don't watch those shows or whatever. But Bob Odenkirk, he's if you watch those shows, like, he doesn't strike me as anything like an action star or whatever like that. So, when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, okay, maybe LB's onto something with this. Usually me and LB have like similar tastes with violent movies. So obviously, so I had to get down.
It met the requirement.
Yeah, it's a requirement.
Fisticuffs and fuckery.
Yeah. There was definitely some fuckery. So I managed to, I came across it, through different means, and I, let the whole crew know, and I watched mine early, like late night, so I needed to watch it late night, and I liked it. To me, it was like a John Wick and a Taken, but like a lesser version of it.
That's essentially what I thought. I'm like, this is a blue collar version of John Wick.
Yeah, I think it had the same producers.
Yeah, they did. And but this one it was more vague. Where at least it's John Wick was like world building from like jump. This one was just like, it just seemed like this dude was like a loser. Like his son, doesn't like him.
Nobody.
Yeah, his wife wasn't giving him no sex, and they were separated with pillows in between their beds. The shit was kind of sad. That was like the only sad part of the movie. I was like, man, this dude looked like he
the only person who respect him is his fucking daughter.
Yeah,
yeah. Who's a kid? Who's a little kid?
Yeah.
Shit, and some of these movies a little drip beat like the worst one.
Yeah, exactly.
that was his only release. Like, yo, if the kid would have been bad, like he would have probably off the family.
That's sad to say though, but hey, it bees like that sometimes.
So it's like somebody in the family had to be some type of redeeming quality. Like it couldn't just be everybody was like pissed off at him.
That's facts too.
Shit would have turned into fucking Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Classic. And by the way, for anyone who's listening, this will have some spoilers on there. So if you don't want to be spoiled, or, you might want to mute this, or if you don't care, continue to listen. But yeah, pretty much it was just like, he's just like a regular, regular ass Joe with a very negative family life until one day a man and woman break into his house at gunpoint. Trying to get money, got his watch or whatever. His son, was handling one of them, but dude was like, no. Dude knows that the gun wasn't loaded, and the son got eye jammied, and he got pissed. That shit made me laugh though, on some real shit.
Yeah,
yeah. I was just like, it was like, I hate you, Dad. The fuck, Dad.
But I mean, the son had a good reason, because I mean, think about it. Like,
he had the
even the cops was like looking at him like, dude.
Oh, what was it?
No, the way the cop looked at him was like, "Yo, you wild pussy."
Yeah, you pussy. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, because most of us would have gave that dude a swing when he had a clear shot.
Yeah. I probably would have. I mean, if that was me, I would have attempted to like break his neck at that particular point. But that's just me.
So the Pat would have like ruined the whole house, like throwing them into walls and shit.
Exactly. When you throw somebody into a hard surface, you get instant results, bro.
Fuck all that. Your big ass would have just juggernaut rampaging the Xavier Mansion. Like, nah. I would have just tried to lay niggas out with a couple 1-2s. Drag these niggas out my house, pile them up type shit.
I take that as an insult. Usually, if you're in my house unannounced, you gotta fight for your way to get out of it. That's. I'm dead serious. Like,
if I'm not gonna nigga out, I don't want him just laying around in my house. Like, he got to pay rent after that.
I mean, that may be so, but
free nap.
He has to fight his way out, else the coroner or the EMTs will carry him out. One or the other. I don't really care.
He could be fighting for his life.
Yeah, exactly. So it's either him or me. It's always going to be me that's going to win that.
But hold on. So, okay, let me place you with the situation with if you was in the same situation and you saw Shorty and it was a female too, did she get the wall treatment?
I mean, is she in my house unannounced? Quite possibly, yeah.
It's a duo. Like,
yeah. They'll both
of them, just like the movie.
Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. If I have a mortgage on that house and they're violating, yes, it's equal opportunity. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I have a temperament. I'm very serious about property, but yeah.
What about y'all two, real quick? What about y'all two?
I mean, I can tell you that I have a Jason-like machete in my fucking closet, so somebody would have gotten chopped.
Damn, even Shorty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cold world out there. Cold world.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done what I had to do to protect my family. I mean, again, I would have took the swing, so I can see why P said when the cop said you're basically a pussy. I would have took that swing.
Dude was like, man, I'll just swing just so you won't call me a pussy. Like, fuck protected. Like, I just don't want to be no bitch.
Yeah, but then the whole thing is like, I mean, that whole incident, dude was just like, the whole incident was like it just made him snap mentally. Like, dude was walking around vexed after that because he felt like his manhood was taken, so.
I bet.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, obviously he found the thieves and, he was going to kill them, he was probably looking to kill them or whatever, but until he found out why they robbed him. So, he kind of left at that. And then we come to the infamous bus scene. Now, if you saw the trailer, the bus scene of there, it was, on the trailer looked like it was pretty live. And the funny thing is too is just like, dude started the fight. Like, I know this. I mean, he was protecting the girl, but he literally started the fight. Like, they wasn't doing nothing to him. Like, they started the fight.
They would. Because look how they tried to bitch up. They bitched up the one dude. Our dudes stepped on him. They started it when they walked on the bus.
Yep,
he was gonna get messed with for sure by them. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, but I mean,
they would have fucked with everybody, bro. Like.
Yeah, but once he escorted the bus driver, nicely off the bus and closed the door, then that's when the carnage happened, man. And
that was some Bronx Tale shit.
Yeah, like knives and fucking weapons and arms getting snapped against like the poles. Like there was some serious violence going on. I was like, oh shit, like people was getting fucked up.
So like a new age, like Steven Seagal taken. Mixed in between type shit. Like it was well choreographed. It was rough. It was realistic. The camera angles.
Yeah, the one that was the brutal was the dude that got hit in the neck. Dude got
Yeah.
and then but then dude saves his life by by cutting a hole in his throat.
Attempts to save his life.
And put a drinking straw through it so he can breathe.
He gave them dudes some fucking it's like nobody in that movie. Like you just be lucky you died in that movie. Like dudes was getting maimed and fucked up. Like shit.
Yeah, and it escalated from there, because someone on the bus was related to the mob bus, which I mentioned earlier. So yeah, they tried to kill his ass.
Yeah, and the movie just kind of goes from there without, going step by step. But
yeah, no, I mean, eventually they did. Eventually they did actually mention, what his background was. It took a while. It took all that to get to that, and they kind of explained it in about 2 minutes or so. Why he acquired these certain set of skills.
Taking ass.
Yeah, okay, Liam Neeson.
I know, right?
I mean, dude was an auditor. He was an assassin that was employed by like intelligence agencies to kill people that they had trouble finding or they were too difficult to like arrest or whatever. And then he got out of that life to his humdrum life because he let somebody live that was supposed to die.
Basically, John Wick. Like
that's hence the John Wick comparisons. You know what I'm saying? So, he got out of that life and it was just like, you know what? I'm going to be a home husband or whatever.
You go home and be a family man.
Pretty much. Yeah. But with the mob after him, so he was forced to, they were relentless, so unfortunately he had to, he was like, you know what? I have to kill all these people now. So, his pops was, he got his pops who was who was a retired agent. And then the half brother, which I was honestly, how they explain the half brother shit, with fucking RZA as his half brother. I don't know because, RZA is very much a black man, and
speaking of that shit was funny to me though. I was texting my friend who was telling me to watch this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to review it. I'm watching it because I'm reviewing it for the podcast, and I made a joke to her. I'm like, man, this shit fake as fuck. A Russian nigga ain't no niggas in Russia. And then right after I say that, dude is like, a black Russian, like with the Russian. I'm like,
the black Russian. Yeah, I was like, yo, that's. I mean, they explained it because he was like Ethiopian. The father left them. I was like, yo, like, damn, like, I mean, they even managed to flesh his character out real quick too.
This movie didn't waste no time. The only thing this movie really drilled in your head was the whole monotony of the dude's nobody type normal ass life.
Exactly.
They made sure they could replan that over for you to be like, look, this guy's a nobody. Yeah, he's kicking everybody's ass, but he's nobody.
Yeah.
Like no one fucks with him.
I mean,
There was no filler. There's no filler.
I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, if you ask me, that's pretty good character development.
Yeah, and it's pretty good movie telling because it's like you're doing it in an efficient way that's not sacrificing the story
Right. Hey, well, Pilot,
or
what
the
was you
pacing.
saying?
Like I
I
applaud
was
it.
just saying, I was just going to LB that there's there's not much filler in it other than the early beginning. Once it gets to the bus scene, it's just straight up keeps your tension for most
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
Yeah, I think the movie wanted to really like draw you in early. That like it almost like you kind of settle in. Like you almost get bored of this nigga life just like he is.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
wham.
And once you get to the final act, it was just a whole bunch of fuckery and blood and violence. And
Dog, they turned that shit up, dog. That shit went whole Rambo 5 on a nigga.
yeah, like people were getting fucked up minds and nails and all types of shit. They was really getting fucked up in the final act. RZA was doing this thing with the gun. And that still the RZA being part of this movie is also random as fuck too. Especially
But it worked though.
It worked, I
was saying that's a weird, like, you had Bob Odenkirk, RZA, and Christopher Lloyd. Like, that is the most weirdest trio in an action movie I can think of.
Yeah,
I forgot Christopher Lloyd was still alive, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since Christopher Lloyd. I mean, he's 82 years old. God damn.
That shit fucking worked.
It worked, especially because he had some kills, man. That kill in the nursing home or whatever,
he had some badass kills.
Yeah, for an 82-year-old, like he did that shit. Like, he did that shit well. I was like, okay, I was fucking with it, and RZA had his scenes too. It was dope, But yeah, the final act was weird because he nobody he bought the whole place from his father-in-law with gold bars and shit. and he basically set up as like a big ass booby trap warehouse, and like I said, they was getting fucked up. Yeah, and then and after that too, like even the ending of it, where they're like, they're trying to, we're gonna go back to our new lives or whatever, and then and they leave it on a little they leave it open ended, pretty much, like he got a call from somebody, and I think wasn't there another scene in the credits too?
Oh yeah, with the with RZA and dude because they was, I think, going home.
Yeah, something like that.
In the RV.
Yeah, and it had weapons in there.
It was like we should have took the plane. They're like, not with all this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, though that it was like, it didn't waste no time for like an hour. I think the movie like an hour and a half, a little bit more than that though. But they packed in a lot of stuff in there, and
you never felt overwhelmed. Honestly, the movie gradually got better and better throughout the movie, which you don't see that a lot of times. Sometimes a movie peaks early or it peaks in the middle, but this was like some old school traditional movie making where.
Well, in my case, because me and Pete were talking about this movie briefly before this too, we both agreed that like near the end, it kind of got a little bit silly, even with among all the violence.
Yeah, no, they
got ridiculous a little bit.
They really look like they really sacrificed any type of like sensical storyline for just gratuitous violence.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. I actually love that.
And as I said before the cast, I said that is LB's type, the gratuitous violence for the sake of gratuitous violence. When it comes into the plot, I kind of get a little annoyed because I'm like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. But I mean, I won't complain too much.
Mm-hmm. But this is the thing, like, everybody always says that, but Pat's the nigga who gave the when the night comes to us. He the one who ran and raved about that movie.
Yeah, I was love that like, shit. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that was just like too much. Like, like.
I guess everyone has their. Has
their threshold.
Yeah, their threshold. Yeah, like. Yeah.
And even with the platform, I know. Yeah, I guess I'm the demented, twisted fuck when it comes to the movies. Like, I'm always the one who's suggesting, "Yo, man, get this. Check this out. Hold on, like." they kill like 13 nuns in this movie, or they do this shit like, oh, demons eat people in this one. Like, I mean, y'all niggas be like, God damn, it's an LB movie. Fuck, don't eat anything.
No. Well, no, it's just violence. No, it's that other shit. Like when we did that other shit, platform. Movies like that where there was a lot of negative behavior. That shit was.
And the
Platform wasn't
Willy's
even that
Wonderland.
bad. Come on, well, it wasn't even that bad with that. It was just the eating, the food part that grossed you out.
The food, and the random nigga that was shitting from the top, from the top. Yeah, there was a lot of low class, low class crash behavior, man. It was very antisocial, bro. There was a lot.
Shit, honestly, but I think the ending for this was better than the ending for Shoot 'Em Up, because I feel like Shoot 'Em Up got like ridiculous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like even more ridiculous, because it's like this nigga set up booby traps and like you don't even see this shit. Like,
yeah, but let's say because the ending wasn't still because even as the shit got violent in the final act, the silliness eventually wore off because they had a normal, because it was like a normal end and a normal progression, and I said, they left it open ended for more adventures. I.e. a sequel. You know what I mean? So
okay, so with what that said, what y'all niggas scored? Like, I'm gonna go with Pilot. Like, what was your score?
I said a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll give it
A 7. Okay.
Yeah, 7.
Any comments?
I second that 7.
Yeah, I mean, didn't expect it to be as what it was. So I mean, it surprised me. Again, the scoring. I think I asked earlier if Rizzo was a part of the scoring, because I love how the music and the placement of it, and obviously the fight scenes were crazy. So yeah, it's a solid 7 action flick. I'd recommend if ain't got shit to do and want to watch some action.
Yeah, not even mad at that. P.
I mean, like I said, it's
a 7.
It's a 7. I mean, if you're into gratuitous violence and that type of John Wick type shit, I mean, this is for you. I enjoyed it. So at times it got a little and then just a little nonsensical, but overall it was pretty dope. So
word. LB.
It's 10. I mean, it delivered. Like, honestly, it's one of those movies. Like, if you knew what you want, you know what you like, it didn't miss a beat. The story was good, the characters, the acting, the soundtrack, the music was beautifully placed and done well. The cinematography, the violence, it just clicked off every cylinder. Like, I really don't have anything bad about it. I like the whole the ending was crazy, because then it got to like Rambo 5 type shit with the traps, and it was like on some Home Alone, Shoot 'Em Up, Rambo 5 shit. Like, and then even seeing RZA come out in the flesh, and he's no longer a voice.
Yeah,
that took up the movie a whole other notch. So I'm like, okay, like it just did it for me. Like, I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Like, that's a movie that I might even end up watching again. I'm not like a dude who does that. Like,
yeah, no, you definitely are not. You don't. Usually you're good. I mean, or if you do, you don't watch it that soon.
right. Like, but like at least at least rewatch certain parts or some shit. Like,
word.
Yeah, but I definitely fuck with it. It got my strong recommendation.
That's what it is.
Yeah, like, you gotta really pick it apart to really get at it. I could, like, if you put it below a 5 or a 5, then it's really not for you.
Right? Yeah, and I could definitely see that. And I mean, my score, I'd give it an 8 because, like I said, I mean, the point thing is that it didn't waste anything. There wasn't really any wasted moments, and even the few scenes that were kind of like had a lull, like it had a purpose. It was just to build, for the shit that was going to happen. Like, I mean, everything was explained clearly. Like, even if it was just like, it was, even if it took like a minute or two, it was explained quick. And considering that the runtime, it wasn't that long, it was like an hour and a half or so. So that was pretty damn good. Because usually, It's all about the details sometimes. So there was no open-ended questions, and like I said, the action was good and everything like that. I mean, my score the only thing it takes down, obviously, as I said before, is it got a little silly in the final act, even though I loved the violence, but it righted itself, in the ending, and then in the mid credits scheme, mid credits.
But you know what? That's another thing. The boss kill, like, cause it was almost a 9, but the boss kill did it a 10 for me.
Yeah, the boss.
You don't see a lot of creative, like, final boss kills in movies like that.
Technically, I'm surprised I didn't kill him. The kill the main character too.
I thought he was gonna die right there.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I was thinking, or at least maim him, because that's fucking ridiculous. Or some shit like that. Either way, he should have not been walking so willy nilly after.
Yeah, but this is the fact that they just said, you know what, let's just do it. I was like, okay, at least y'all gave it some thought, like to have a movie that goes all out at the ending, and the guy gets killed on some normal regular bullshit.
Yeah,
would be a letdown. And you know how a lot of times we always talk about, man, the movie don't wrap itself up like Netflix ending, this shit. It wasn't no True Lies ending, but the bad guy got his shit. That's that's all I had to say. My bad. I'm sorry.
No doubt. Yeah, and definitely. But like I said, some of it was silly because if someone did ending like that, something would happen. Either they'd be deaf or blind or limbs blown off, even something like that. Or just by what happened would be sheer luck if he was intact like that. But
yo, low key, it was he had the complexion.
Facts.
Because who I don't want to give too much away, but how someone else,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely, I definitely dig what you're saying, bro. So, but
he said it.
I mean, that was something I was speaking out with my friend. It was almost like he was like, "Oh, good," like that. Just the whole thing of, "Oh, well, somebody's addicted to violence." But, he's good for the last 15 years or so, and then breaking into the house just sets him back. I'm like, that's clearly only shit white people can get away with.
But no, they took the daughter's bracelet,
the daughter's bracelet, and then
that's what really did it. Because remember, nobody else in the house even fuck with him, but the daughter bracelet, that was also nigga.
And the funny thing is, did he even end up taking it? He just found it in the fucking basement or whatever. Oh man, no, but it's definitely we definitely fully. I recommend it. LB recommends it. It's definitely a good watch, especially if it's a movie you're looking for just to waste a little time. That's your movie. And just like I said, you will not be disappointed. Like I said, so yeah, Ring Gang gives a full recommendation. So yeah, if you see it, you can see it in the movie theaters, or order it on video on demand, or whatever way that you guys you digest your movies or get your movies. So yeah, fully recommend it. So yeah, to our next and final topic. Is when the Showtime, they released their summer lineup. So we was like, we couldn't leave without at least doing something boxing related. And it's an interesting summer lineup, the rollout. Some of it, I know some people love it. Some people like it. Some people are like, well, the bar's been set so low. So it's just then showed that this actually, that this would actually be good, for Showtime. So there was very mixed reactions on it. Me personally, I'm I was like, okay, this is what's up. So yeah, let me go down the line. I think there was 10 of them, 10 fights. So the first one,
hold on. How we gotta establish the score? How we grading these shits? Are we doing the A, B, C, D, F type joints, or
thumbs up, thumbs down,
or
do that.
Are we 1 through 10? How we doing this?
How we doing thumbs up?
We do thumbs up, thumbs down,
thumbs in the middle.
Then we got mid.
Yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and mid. Yeah.
Super simple. I like that. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So the first one is Luis Neri versus Brandon Figueroa for Neri's WBC Super
Come on. That should be a two.
That's two thumbs up.
Two thumbs up. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I was like, yeah, this is the fight of the year on paper. Like, you know, like this should be a shootout. Like that's super thumbs up. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Shit. You know. And then the next one, which is 2 weeks after that, on May 29th, it's WBC Bantamweight champion Nordine Oberle facing Nonito Donaire.
Also thumbs up.
Thumbs up too. Cause
that's a thumbs up.
Yeah. Oh, Pilot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because for
that
this
sounded like that was a mid. I'm like, mistaken.
Yeah, we'll learn this fight's in it because we'll learn to see how much Donaire actually has left since he hasn't fought since that incredible fight with Monster, you know, back in October 2019. Yeah, October or November to October. One of those. It was November, I think. Yeah. We can't wait for that. And then the third one, this one got a whole bunch of reactions and not good ones. Jamal Charlo defends his WBC middleweight title against Juan Montiel, who's
cut the thumb off.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Two thumbs down.
Yeah, for the unenlightened, Juan Montiel is the guy back in December that knocked out James Kirkland on Fox in 1 round.
You mean the ghost of James Kirkland?
The ghost, faded, shot, anything of those, any adjectives along those lines. It wasn't James Kirkland from years ago. So, yeah, that's immediately thumbs down. And like I said, and honestly, Jamal Charlo should be ashamed of himself, really, for this.
Yeah. I mean, even a Chris Eubanks fight is better than this.
Yeah, I'd rather see Eubanks than this guy in Montana.
Yeah. And Eubank actually has a fight, and I think it's probably, and who knows, his fight's probably more of a challenge than this one. Like, yeah, if you want to criticize Jamal Charlo for this one, it's fun thing because Triple G and Andre get smoke for whoever they fight. Charlo hasn't gotten enough smoke for his reign, and no one cares about Murata for some reason.
For real. He's just there, but yeah, Charlo definitely got to catch some heat. But Eddie Hearn was going off on that at the Andre fight, so he definitely had some verses.
Promo. He was definitely cutting a promo.
Yeah, yeah, multiple. Yeah, he did that multiple times too. Like he is like
he was like, and who's the guy's name?
Juan Montiel. Yeah, it's that fight is easily probably the worst on the schedule. And then we have the pay-per-view a week after that on June 26th, where we have Gervonta Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios for the GameStop belt at super lightweight.
Thumbs up for me. I like that fight.
I could see. For me, it's like it's a wavering. If that makes any sense, it's like the thumb is like wavering between mid and up. It's like diagonal. Like my thumb is at like a 9.
Hold on, for what fight?
10 o'clock. Tank Barrios.
Tank.
And you trying to give it a diagonal? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, thumb is at
nah, nigga.
Thumbs at 10 o'clock. Like it's in between up and mid.
Nah, like that's you basically trying to make a 0.5. and fucking no, nigga, pick one. It's either mid, thumbs down, or thumbs up. This nigga literally tried to make a 0.5 out of fucking thumbs up, like.
And the mid radio 0.5.
It's like wavering. It's like
okay, I cut this shit. Why? Why is this not a good matchup? Forget all the hype. Forget about who you want to see these niggas fight instead. Just
no, it's not even that. It's the fight isn't bad per se. I do like. It's going to be interesting to see Tank going up to 140, but for fighting for a GameStop belt, and Barrios still has problems from his I ain't forget about that fucking fight 2 years ago. I don't know.
And honestly, that's how I feel too. But I mean, mine would be it's mid to me because I think there's not enough prestige around it, and it's more or less it's It's a pay-per-view fight just to get him some attention, I guess. And I understand that. I just don't like it.
So both y'all mid.
I don't dislike it, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Mine's mid. Mine's is mid for me.
I'll have to put it mid.
Fucking PBC hating ass niggas.
I'm the least PBC hater here, so don't.
But you hating right now, though.
I'm not hating. I'm giving my honest opinion. I want to like it. Maybe I can be talked into thumbs up as it goes along, but right now it's sticking in the middle.
See, like I really want to like Shorty, but she snores and forget to brush her teeth. If she does that, then maybe we can be cool. Like, no, nigga, like either you fucks with it or you don't. But you said mid, so Pilot said what? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Yeah,
okay, thumbs up over here.
LSC 2.0 maybe, but I mean, because nobody expected that fight to be as good as it was,
Well, Well, to be fair, unlike LSC, Tank is the one that's going up, so I give him props for that.
Yeah,
so I want to like it, but yeah.
And see, I don't think dude got some big gift in that other fight, like, because he did drop the guy like twice, like.
Barrios, he looked really bad in that. Like
he didn't look bad. He looked beatable to me. There's a difference. Shit, Tony Harrison looked bad until just interrupted me. I want to see how beatable he looks, later in the fight.
I mean, that fight with Barrios. I mean, I had the other dude winning by 2, even with the knockdown. It was one of those ones where the knockdowns weren't necessarily enough. Because like Barrios, like I say, he was getting
one more rounds than just the knockdowns. Like,
yeah, because he scored 2 knockdowns. Of course he did.
No, I'm saying, but y'all making it seem like he was on some wilder shit, like where dude literally only won those rounds.
Yeah, but the rounds he didn't win, he like there was a long stretch in that fight where he was getting his ass beat, like a legit continuous stretch in the fight where he was getting his ass beat.
So if a dude still won fucking 4 or 5 rounds and he got knockdowns, I mean,
this is not one of the ones like this is not one of those fights where 2 knockdowns is like okay, you win the fight. This is one of those ones where 2 knockdowns.
I seen the fight though, like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't like the fight could have been a draw too, like.
Yeah, no, no, not like no.
Nah, like dude was giving it to him, but it wasn't no. I know how. Pat be like going overboard sometimes.
Nigga, this whole article is about this shit. The WBA actually ordered a rematch because of it, but it never went through for whatever reason.
Oh, that shit, dog. Like I get what you're saying, but I don't think dude looked bad. Like he looked beatable. Like I think that's just him. He might fight better for Tank.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, Barrios. Go ahead.
I'm saying, how long was that fight? Ago, like
that was on the Spence Porter card.
Yeah, that was like years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Almost. Yeah, but it's not like he's had a million fights since then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, we know how these guys are. It's a new era.
Yeah, so I mean, either way, it's just more or less. It's just like it's a risk for Tank, especially because dude is big or whatever. I just the GameStop belt shit. It just annoys me to no end, and I just think Tank has better people he could pick from in lower divisions that he could actually make an impact in. That's just that's why I'm just not like overly excited about it. But the co-main though, is the co-main though is actually dope to me. And that's the Erickson Lubin versus Jason Rosario matchup.
That's the better fight. That's the better fight than the main event. The co-main.
I mean, that can hit on its own card, really. I mean, like on a Fox, put them on like Fox or something, or
Don't give these niggas ideas, bro. You got one of them already. Somebody probably had to beg them to make that card,
right?
So that was probably like somebody in the office birthday was like, can we get like a 154 matchup on one of these pay-per-view undercards?
Oh, he pulled a Tyrell Biggums. You got any more of them 154 pounders?
But
that was a few.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's the better man. Tank Barrios is the better matchup. Fuck out of here. That nigga's wild.
No,
Rosario punch resistance might be done for all we know.
I mean, it depends. Lubin or Rosario, like they're both shaky to me. So, like, I mean, one of the things I know, one of these cats is getting. If they go to the decision, that means they weren't applying themselves. But one of these two are gonna get KO'd. Like, I mean, I see KO ran all over this fight.
Of course.
Yeah, you just have the wrong person getting KO'd.
Oh, he thinks Lubin gonna get KO'd? He
thinks Lubin's gonna get knocked out by the guy who lost to Gallimore and arguably lost to Coda, and mind you, Lubin beat those two.
But I know who they both lost to.
The King of 154. So yeah.
Yeah, and one lost. They couldn't even make it out of a round. So I mean, like I said, I mean, it's that's the intrigue because it's like usually like the loser probably is going to have will need to rebuild, especially if it gets brutally knocked out. The winner at least keeps his name hot at 154. It may get a shot at Charlo or Castano, whoever it is, down the line.
Well, I mean, Lubin's the mandatory. He's number one again, and he worked his way up back at the WBC rankings. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And then a week after that fight, we got prime time / Lil B-Hop Chris Colbert. He's
stop. No, he not Lil B-Hop no more. Stop.
Nigga, I'm gonna call him Lil B-Hop. Fuck that.
Nah, why people call him that shit? Like it don't even.
That was stupid.
Sense.
That was stupid.
There's a Netflix movie there's a Netflix movie a few years ago, and that's how he's introduced. Kind of, I mean, to the
that's how he introduced himself.
Yeah, it was garbage then, and his garbage nickname now. I'm calling him Prime Time.
Yeah, prime time, yo.
No, I got so used to calling him Lil B-Hop. That's what I call him. As I can't,
Although I mean, the only excusable reason for calling him Little B-Hop is if you told me I don't want to call him Prime Time because there's only one Prime Time. Okay, that's an acceptable excuse. Other than that, I'm not calling him fucking B-Hop. Little B-Hop.
There's only one B-Hop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So why I don't want to call some young exciting fighter after one of the most boring fighters for a certain point of time.
Shit. Damn, he took it there.
Well, I mean, B-Hop in the 90s wasn't boring. It was just when he got older.
No, but he was boring for a good amount of fucking time. He's had a lot of boring ass bullshit fucking performances, and I'll never forget that shit.
Either way, I can't call him prime time just yet, because that's just too grained in my head. But he's facing Yuriorkis Gamboa, who for some reason is the jobber to the stars role.
Yep, he's playing the bitch that's been passed around, it's getting passed around to everybody. We're doing the puff pass now.
He got a couple more passes in him too.
Either way, it's a thumbs down because it's just like no, Gamboa should not have a main event spot at this point. Like it's a big thumbs down.
Nah, this is mid.
I'll go with mid. Only because it's a step up for
Colbert.
No, wait. You niggas serious? You gonna call this shit mid? And y'all said fucking Tank Barrios was mid? Nah.
I don't. Not all mids are created equal. They're mids for different reasons.
It's thumbs down. It's not mid.
This is thumbs down. Like at least Pat keeping it real. But y'all niggas saying this is mid.
Yeah.
There's different fighters, different standards for different fighters.
So what is this shot worn 2021 Gamboa gonna teach us about anybody right now?
We don't know. Like we don't. I mean,
hold on. You really think he's gonna test Colbert?
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know what Colbert's been made.
Why? Hold on. Why you don't know? Y'all haven't seen Gamboa get beaten up enough?
I mean, but
honestly,
if Colbert is the real deal, then he'll beat up Gamboa too.
Yeah, I expect.
Like, but how many niggas? How many times this guy has to prove himself to be the real deal? How many niggas punching bag?
Listen, how many niggas beat up on Salido back in the day? And yeah,
Salido punched back, nigga. The fuck?
That's true.
Gamboa, honestly, y'all are like super off. Like y'all being happy about this fight.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
Y'all niggas calling it mid. Look, all I'm saying, your mentality, your logic for this fight is the reason why we keep getting fights like this.
I mean, mine's just like, I mean, I complained about Gamboa and Tank. I bitched about that one. I definitely didn't.
But that didn't make sense. If Colbert was Tank level now, I would complain too. But he's not.
I mean, no, that made more sense for Tank because at least it was fucking he was moving up and shit.
Yeah, and I hated it because Gamboa,
and it was still a bad fight.
Yeah, they were trying to convince me Gamboa was going to be a different Tank because he knocked out even a guy that was even more shot than he was in Rocky Martinez. Like, no, like get out of here. Yeah, that's why I was like, you need. That's why.
And at least Gamboa was coming off a win.
Yeah, but it was like, and that's the.
And it was still a trash fight. And now, fast forward, you get Haney Gamboa. Now, ain't no way we gonna call the Gamboa Tank fight trash and then somehow give Haney some type of points for it.
No, I didn't like that fight either. I hated that fight too.
I hated both fights. You know,
both fights. So come on, we're not gonna get the Colbert who just looked good like in a row twice, outstanding, and then he gets Gamboa. Like, what is this like?
I mean, the only difference is this is going to take place at 130 instead of 135. You know,
that too. Gamboa is better at 130 than 135.
The Barrios fight.
Yeah, but that was back when Gamboa was serviceable.
No, but I see this thing. I don't think Gamboa I think Gamboa can still box. He's just shop worn and can be hurt more. That's it. But it's not like
Kell Brook.
Yeah,
give or take.
Yeah. I guess.
Well, I think it depends.
So y'all must have loved that fight.
Well, actually, no, because I don't think Kell Brook has other problems. Like he's shop worn. Like he shouldn't be fighting anymore because he's taking too much damage. Like to where it's yeah. So
Gamboa doesn't really. He doesn't have those type of injuries like a Kell Brook. Kell Brook is probably
he's been taking ass whooping type of injuries. How many times do I want to see this man skunked?
I just think I need to see how Colbert handles it.
But he's getting skunked by
how Colbert fights after. Like I want to see how Colbert moves after this fight. Maybe we can get a Tank fight, something, pipe dream, maybe something like that.
I mean, he's the WBA GameStop super featherweight champion.
Oh, stop that!
No. That's how they actually can build for Tank. Because Tank is the supposed super WBA super featherweight champion. I hate saying that, So it's like, that's how you can build that damn fight.
They should make that fight eventually.
I want to see that fight, But Gamboa, honestly, they need to stop. I hate seeing Gamboa in the Robert Guerrero role. Like Robert Guerrero got put into retirement because of being in this role for too long. Like Gamboa, I don't want to see. I don't want to see this happen to Gamboa.
Well, since you got people who think this is a nice test for Colbert, you're gonna keep getting these.
Although I will say this: if they keep testing fake, Gamboa could probably pull off an upset at some point.
That's what I'm saying. He could. You never know.
If Gamboa wasn't Cuban, I don't even think y'all would be still hyping this man.
That's not true. Fuck out of here.
That is true. You threw out that. You fucking ran and said, but Salido. Like Salido wasn't giving as good as he was taking, during this whole time.
I mean, Salido and Gamboa are two different fights. Although Gamboa beat Salido, though.
Gamboa's like Salido's an overachiever.
Yeah, he damn sure is. Gamboa is really not.
Yeah, Gamboa's like, how y'all put it, mid?
I mean, the fight itself is mid. The fight itself is I'm not excited for it. It just it is what it is.
It is. I mean,
it's okay. It's okay, I guess, for
but for a main event, that fight is trash. That shit ain't mid for no main event.
All I know is that at least it's better than Charlo Montiel, though. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Nah, they both trash. Fuck that.
Yeah, but one is way
all
more
trash is trash, nigga.
No. All trash is
At
created.
least dude knocked out the ghost of fucking Kirkland. Like Gamboa ain't knock out a ghost of anything.
That shit.
Oh God.
Like Gamboa's getting a ghost knocked out of him, and he getting fights. At least this dude knocked out a ghost. What the fuck? So nah.
Yo, you's a damn fool, LB.
I'm just keeping it real, man.
You are.
But nah, we spend too much time on this one. Go to the next one.
Yeah, the next one, which is probably one of the biggest fights in boxing, July 17th, Jermell Charlo.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, versus Brian Castano for the undisputed 154 championship.
If I had 3 thumbs, I'd put the third thumb up too.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get you can get 2 thumbs up. You're gonna get like both my big toes up.
Yeah, word. Yeah.
And a somersault.
I'm gonna put my 2 big toes up, my pinky toes up.
Yeah, this is the fight we would want, and kudos to 154 because I thought this shit would be drawn out a little bit because of Mandos, because Jermell Charlo has Mandos, but somehow they managed to get this shit done. Why can't other divisions have this type of fucking turnover except for 115? Why can't they have this type of turnover? Like, they realize it's the best fight for them and they just do it. That's literally how 154 champions have been moving. Like, why can't they have
just don't work like that, man?
Yeah, why 154 is a class division. It is now, to me, it's the marquee division of boxing. Fuck all that. Now, but I won't go
saving boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny too, and the fight is 50-50 legitimately.
You know what? If Chris Colbert and Gamboa was at 154, I might say it's mid. Because for some type of reason, those type of level fights, they still dangerous for people. But in other divisions, it's not like that.
Yeah, because you never know. Like, even a faded 154 fighter could sometimes have, the sun can shine on him. One in shit.
Because up there, you got guys who, get beat up by Charlo, move down and still beat up somebody.
Exactly. I can't wait for this fight. And hopefully the card will be good for this too. And honestly, this should be a paper. This should be a pay-per-view level fight. That's just
What you doing, man? You just like them niggas. Like,
I'm giving away too much game. Bro.
Like the game is to be sold, not told.
Yeah,
you got these dudes hyping up Colbert, Gamboa, and now you talking about
nigga. Nobody's hyping it up. Like this nigga LB is acting like we're waving the pom poms for the fight.
Y'all called it mid. If y'all calling that fight mid, then that's a hype up.
It's not a hype up. Like
it is.
It is what it is, and whatever. Like
no, because look, if a bitch is a 2 in the face and she's overweight by 30 pounds, but you tell her she's average and she a 5, aren't you hyping her up?
No, I'm just lying. I'm just lying out my ass there.
Nah, nigga, that's a hype up. I said a bitch is a 2. And I said why? And you still gonna call her a 5? What, you not trying to hurt her feelings?
I'd be lying out.
That's what y'all doing with Colbert Gamboa.
But I don't think that fight is
like, man, like at least my nigga Pat keeping it real on somebody. Look, that's just trash. Fuck it. Like that whole busted still.
And most of it because I'm very hyper vigilant with PBC stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
I have to.
I'm sorry. Like the grade scale for certain fights is just like, it's just like 3 thumbs down.
Who would have thought that Colbert Gamboa would cause the semantic battles?
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't believe it. Like
you're more worked up about it than I am. I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. Let's get it over with.
Certain shit, y'all should have just said that shit was trash. But y'all had to just rock the boat. Y'all niggas had to literally talking about mid and then try to explain that shit.
Because you asked me, like you.
Oh yeah, because we have to, like. Because, nigga, we got a reputation to keep. You can't have me and Pat talking about a fight is trash, and then y'all new niggas come up here talking about, no, it's alright. Like,
nigga, King P's opinions and views do not reflect this channel. Like, They're my views.
Like,
Oh, you niggas are stupid, yo. Oh, yeah, let me go on to the next one.
Go to the next one though.
Yeah, the next one is on August 14th. We have Guillermo Rigondeaux versus John Real Casimiro, the WBO bantamweight champion.
This is thumbs up for me. I don't care.
Yeah, this is thumbs up for me too.
This is mid.
Explain.
This guy.
Explain.
This nigga stays complaining about how boring Rigondeaux's fights are, but this actually has the potential to be a really exciting fight.
No, but that's the thing. Like it does. Since it has the potential to be a good fight. That's why I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt and saying it's mid.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
it could end. It's possibly. It's a slight possible chance it could end up being trash.
Yeah, yes, because Rigo's style, depending on, because Rigo's getting up in age, like Cuban. I mean, obviously he's 40 officially, but Cuban he's like 48 or 40.
Yeah, but Rigo can still bang. Like this isn't Lara. He's not Lara. He can still.
Yeah, but he's still like true, but he still make boring fights sometimes, no matter how good he bangs.
Yeah, no, especially
people in the face and body and all that shit.
Yeah,
but his fights have been better recently. Like
his last fight was trash. The fight before that, where he got the gift stoppage, was good.
Yeah, because the last fight outside of the first one, because he had to switch up because the first one he was getting lit up too much.
He was about to get his ass knocked out.
Yeah, but then
the said, "Hold on,
hold on, wait a minute, because like
Raw Ringo showed up."
Yeah, and honestly, it needed to because he couldn't take any more of that. And Casimiro though is a hard puncher, and Casimiro will test that, test his chin. And Rigo's getting a little bit more chinny, and as he's getting older, so it's like, and then for Rigo, it's his chance to win a legitimate belt, and hopefully maybe can buy a build towards a monster fight.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see this fight. This is a good fight, but like matchup wise and the potential, like I can't put it on the same level as Castaño and Bell or Daenerys and the other guy, what's his name?
Obali,
or Figueroa and Neri, like.
Yeah, I think it's good because, like I said, because Rigo's looking more vulnerable. I mean, he has looked vulnerable in two fights. So that's why I'm like, Casimiro could either upset the apple cart and then he has a higher profile for a monster unification, or Rigo gets the belt.
To be honest, I wouldn't even argue about this being thumbs up. Like I fuck with it being thumbs up. Me personally, I just say me. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I would never call this a thumbs down though. Hell no, that would be disrespectful.
Yeah, so. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And then 2 weeks from that, on August 28th, we have David Benavidez versus Jose Uzcategui in the WBC Super Middleweight title eliminator.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs
down.
It's mid to me.
I wanted to say mid, but then when I thought about it, like
me too. It's thumbs down with the potential to be mid.
Yeah,
right. And the reason I'm saying mid is because Uzcategui is out here. I didn't forget about that Lionel Thompson loss where he got his ass outboxed like crazy. Like, so.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! God damn it! I forgot all about that fight.
Oh yeah, me too.
I think
that was a bad L.
He was getting his ass whooped in that fight.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it technically, in fact, honestly, I don't even know how he found his way to an eliminator, but they're both hard punchers and whatever. But I can't call it a thumbs up because Uzcategui doesn't really have any momentum. And
damn, you know what? Fucking, I'm sorry, Pete. You're gonna have to remove the potential for being big. Like once
I agree. So this is just that's why I said just thumbs down. That's why I said just thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs down. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one who said mid.
No, but P said it had thumbs down with mid potential, and I'm up here like
Now that now you mentioned that last struggle fight, never mind. Nah, it's just dumb.
Yeah, so I mean,
like his management listening to the podcast, like motherfucker, like Pat, shut the fuck up.
And then last but certainly the last fight on the lineup, which is on 9/11. It'll have Stephen Fulton Jr. making his first title defense of the WBO Super Bantamweight title, and this will be a unification. he would face the winner of Neri and Figueroa.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah,
that's a thumbs up. But like for the type of war that they're gonna be coming from, like they're gonna be ready for him.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure if it's Fulton and Neri, I think Fulton will whoop his ass. Like Neri's
I think Fulton beats both of them.
Well, yeah, Fulton beats both of them.
But I think Figueroa will probably give him a hell of a time because Figueroa gets hit, but them Figueroas have
Figueroa. I think will make it a better.
Yeah, but Figueroa is just gonna get tagged to holy hell. It's a Figueroa thing.
Yeah. But Figueroa, like that's juggernaut right there, man.
Yeah, Figueroas, they all have chins, they have extreme work rates, and they have power. Or they have chin, power, and extreme work rates, all of them. Both of them. So it's like,
he fights with more urgency than Omar.
Yeah, he does.
Omar be getting complacent, but Brandon, like
he just keeps throwing and throwing. It's crazy.
He might take some hits, but like it's like he's like Terminator machine. Like he gonna still get you, like get at your ass. So,
just nonstop, relentless. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and really, that's only like there's only been one fight that kind of backfired on him, and that was on that Wilder Ortiz 2 card, where I was just like, yo, this dude really should have lost too, but I couldn't. But then though, the dude came in 4 pounds overweight, so I was like, damn, he should have gotten damaged as well. So it was like,
but then he had that I think with the Israel Gonzalez fight.
No, it was Julio Ceja. That was the one who also was also lighting up Brigo too that year.
Yeah.
Before he got knocked out, Ceja was.
He was.
Yeah, Ceja was on a mission that year.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Figueroa. If it's Figueroa and Fulton, that might actually be a fight of the year on paper, almost.
Yeah,
for sure. But
we all in agreement that that's thumbs up.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. So overall, Showtime did roll a hell of a schedule. It's like and it was well needed. And obviously, as they come out, I mean, we'll probably have more fights underneath it that might actually rival the main fights that they rolled out. So
they need to assemble those main events.
Yeah, Charlo.
Yeah. Expect Eddie Hearn 16 bars.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this real quick before we close it out. So you know how we done the previous ones in previous years.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all personal report card for this list of fights?
I will give this an actual A- on my case.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, they're all. I mean, on card with the exception of one, really. One. I mean, one I can tolerate because dude's still young, and then the other one is just like get the fuck out of here. But the rest of them are solid cards, and a couple of them are like they will move the division. So yeah, it's an A- to me.
What about Pilot?
Yeah, I'm still past answer and give it A-. I was surprised honestly with some of the fights. So, obviously there's a couple duds, but I mean, depending on the undercards, I mean, I'm sure we're all gonna be watching all these cards for the most part, but
we always do.
So yeah, I mean, I'm like PBL doing this thing right now, and hopefully Fox announces somewhat of a better schedule than they had, kind of.
Yeah, the Fox lineup. If that shit comes out, they better be on point. Else I got.
I mean, we're waiting for it. It's coming soon because I know.
Is it?
Spence tweeted, "Wait for the Fox lineup."
He's like, hurry up with it or some shit. Yeah, I saw that. So
drop that shit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for that.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna have some good matchups, but I'm expecting milk duds for most of the Fox lineup
and pay-per-views.
Yes, all the dope matches will be on pay-per-view, and the regular Fox matches will be milk duds.
So what's your report card? What's your score? Your grade?
I give it a B+.
Damn, that's my score. Okay.
I think it would have been honestly, I would have given it an A if some of the really, really bad ones didn't drag. It dragged it down to like,
Yeah.
okay, they get punished for that, but overall it's really, really solid, and I give it a B+.
Yeah, because I know I gave it at least 2 thumbs down, and 2 thumbs down. You can't have 2 thumbs down and get an A. Like, nah, like, and the Cobra Gamboa and Jamal, like, no, unacceptable. Like Colbert, he better get like a 5th round knockout.
Yeah, I'm saying if he turns Gamboa into a highlight reel, then it'll be all worth it.
I mean, that's
Kinda, it'd be tolerable now.
Yeah, and in the case of Charlo and Montiel, the only thing that fight has going for it really is the fact that Montiel has all his wins are all by knockout, which is absolutely
yeah. That only goes so far. Who he's knocked out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want to look at his record, but every fight that he's gone the distance with, he's lost or drawn, and in this case, he's gotten stopped in the distance.
He's gonna get stopped. If he doesn't get stopped, it'll be I'll shit on this fight.
Well, yeah, Charlo has. There've been some middleweights he was supposed to stop. He didn't, like Brandon Adams or especially Korobov. He didn't stop Derevyanchenko either. So
Charlo got nobody to fight left.
Oh no! I mean, the Korobov was on short notice. I give that a little bit of a pass. The Adams one,
Yeah, he can't get the Adams a pass.
Yeah, Adam one, I can understand.
Even Derevyanchenko, I needed to see him drop one.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yo, what's killing me? I'm sorry, because we about to close this out, but the shit about niggas saying Derevyanchenko would give Andre a good fight.
Maybe not.
Bitch,
now.
what? Bitch, what? What?
Yo, I keep seeing this shit like.
Says who?
Dude,
Says who?
I seen it on Twitter. I said Twizzler.
Twizzler on Twitter.
I seen it on Twitter. I seen it on the Kali. Like, what the fuck going on? Like, niggas hate Andre.
This version of Derevyanchenko isn't troubling Andre. If he does, there's something terribly wrong.
Yeah, no,
I don't think Derevyanchenko would beat Brandon Adams. What the fuck?
Yeah,
right now.
You know what the thing is? Because for some reason, even though that because people harp on the Derevyanchenko Triple G fight, yes, Derevyanchenko landed on Triple G, but people are forgetting that was a 2-way brutal fight, and Derevyanchenko, to do what he did, he had to sacrifice a lot of things in his eyes. Derevyanchenko got a severe beating from Triple G. Like, that's not hyperbole. Like, he was fucked up. And Charlo, the fact that it was so fucked up that the fact that Charlo did not drop him, not once in the fight, is eye-raising. Is enough to, Derevyanchenko got a beating. Derevyanchenko lost.
Derevyanchenko even hurt him to the body, too.
Yeah, but Derevyanchenko lost something in that Triple G fight, and like he's vulnerable now. Like Murata can probably beat Derevyanchenko at this point. Derevyanchenko is a good fighter, but he's been put through the ringer in 3.
Yeah, Ian Williams will beat him too, I think.
Andre
I think it will stop him. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers hate Andre that much? Like, come on.
Yeah, Derevyanchenko. It's telling you because Derevyanchenko said he's going back to 150. He's going down 154, which is probably not even.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like even Derevyanchenko knows that 160. 160 is not a crazy division wise, but he's put himself through the ringer. He's deteriorated a little bit. Like, he gets marked up easily. He bleeds easily. That's what
gives him a curse, because it's hard to accumulate experience, like winning experience, if you in 154, 160, because if you're like a quality that's below elite, they're gonna jobber you to the stars.
Exactly. And it's not like this dude has he's like, what is he, like 13-3? That's like his record or something like that. Like, his record, he hasn't had that many fights, so he needs soft touches. And if he faced Andre now, Andre would probably knock him out, like LB said. Like, Derevyanchenko probably wouldn't be able to land anything.
Like, I don't know what people would
real quick before we wrap up. Who would y'all take between Andrade and Charlo? Just who would you lean towards if they end up fighting right now?
That's a tough one. That's a tough
Yeah,
one.
that is.
One thing's for sure, I don't think Charlie will knock out Andre. Not at all. I don't think that.
I
Yeah.
want to be thinking
I could
Andre
see
could take it.
I could see him dropping him because Andre makes a lot of silly mistakes. Like
He's open. He keeps up a little open.
yeah, like he gets into "oh you mad I'm styling on you" mode, and then sometimes forgets to. Then he gets punched.
But he only do that to like the jobbers. Like he's way more composed and refined when he has somebody who could bang with him a bit. Like
Right.
so, I think you're gonna see focused Andre against Charlo. Charlo only real chance is to hurt him when Andre gets hurt.
And keeping that jab. If he can jab him, he can hit that jab.
I mean, the jab and if he could get an uppercut in, whew.
Oh, there's gonna be battle of the uppercuts, but Andre be gassing late sometimes. Like he'll be needing that second win, and if Charlo can hurt him before he gets that second win and hop on him and done him, I think he could beat Andre. But if he don't, I think Andre will just survive and close it out and decision him 116, 112.
I do think Charlo would win, but it'd be like a 115, 113 type of thing.
I could see a draw in that fight.
Yeah, I can. Because that's the thing, Charlo, he struggled too many times with skilled southpaws.
Yeah.
Like that's a guy who damn near got a draw with Trout, bro.
Yeah, that's
like
also
fact. He worked hard to get a 115, 113.
I never thought he struggled as bad as people said he did in the Trout fight. Although Trout had some really good moments.
What did you score the fight then?
I had scored it 116, 112.
And with no knockdowns, and most people had that like 115, 113.
I think I had that 115, 113. I think that was
You even had some people making a case, like a few people making a case.
There were people saying that Trout won, which I completely
that's bullshit.
So when someone says that, then that denotes that they struggle, right? Because I mean, people do that for Golovkin and Derevyanchenko.
Jermell looked worse against Trout than Jamal did to me.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he really
and
did.
He got the knockdowns.
yeah, facts.
If you don't get the knockdowns, that's a draw.
Yeah.
But damn, Pilot be having these good ass fucking questions at the end. Like he be killing me with that shit.
Yeah.
It's like that nigga turned into a whole nother show, fucking Pilot talk. Like, y'all outro this shit so we can go.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. So, I mean, do we have any final thoughts, Pilot? Do you have any final thoughts, bro?
No, let's keep at it. Ring gang all day, dude.
Short to the point, man. P, you got any final thoughts?
I mean, ring gang all day. You know what I'm saying? We got some dope content coming up. Just follow us everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, ringgangradio.com. That's all I got to say. Oh, and of course, rest in peace to my nigga Black Rob. We lost another rapper right after X, Black Rob. Damn, that kind of got me a little sad.
Absolutely, man. Definitely rest in peace to Black Rob, man. That was really unexpected. Well, it wasn't unexpected.
It wasn't unexpected. If you saw the video of him in the hospital, I kind of had a feeling it was coming.
Yeah, no, it is sad.
I thought like just not so soon. So
absolutely, yeah.
R.I.P. Black Rob. You'll be missed. I don't even want to hype nothing no more. Y'all just tune in to ringgangradio.com. We'll be dropping some fly shit all week. So R.I.P. Black Rob.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I don't have anything more to say other than, Oscar get some help, and we'll definitely talk about that, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
This nigga, he had to make us laugh. That's my nigga.
For sure. But yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpion, the nigga representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P. Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.